Marat Safin, one of the devastating front runners in tennis, takes the first set against Agassi. Fun with technology now. We're going to show you via shot spot the rally at 6 points all in the tiebreak. Watch the speed of each ground stroke.
Well, they're both hitting very hard. They're both striking the ball beautifully, but Safin's got a little bit more, especially when it counts, when he needs to open up this rally and go for his winner. Gets it up around 90 with this winning forehand. Not even Andre Agassi can chase that down. Not even at the end of a tiebreak. Andre Agassi with 2 set points in that last game, in that last set.
Talked about how Safin starts so important. He's lost 1 of 51 Grand Slam matches after winning the first set.
Yeah, that one was pretty big.
It was.
In the final.
And that also came after a 5-setter. In that case, it was Haas.
Where he actually benefited from the roof closing in the middle of the match. He was down 2-1. It was a brutally hot day. And there was a huge thunderstorm that came through. Came back on the court for the last couple sets with the roof closed. And Safin clearly benefited from that. So that, I think, has also been an advantage for Safin in this match. No elements, no wind. This is just perfect conditions for pure ball striking.
Explain why it would help him to have the roof closed.
Well, I think that the Agassi likes to have some elements. Obviously, at night, you're not going to have the sun, but you're going to have a little bit of wind. It's a little cooler. It might be a little heavier with the roof open if it's humid. A little moisture in the air makes the balls a bit heavier. Which means that Agassi might have a little more time to work the points.
Will Andre change anything in this second set, or just hope that Safin comes down to earth? We'll see. Let's go down to Mal.
Chris, the tennis we saw in that first set was about as high a quality as I think we're going to see from both these guys. I hope it just continues to be that good. If you look at some of the statistics from that first set, they both had a pretty good first serve percentage, 56%. But the big difference was the 12 aces. I can't imagine Safin is going to be hitting 12 aces per set throughout this match. 26 winners. Both these guys playing very clean matches, more winners than errors. One of the things I was impressed with from Safin is how he was able to handle the power from the baseline from Agassi, but also how he was able to take advantage of second serves. I think that was also a key.
I guess he's not giving him one there.
15.
Maybe soon.
Expect any change in strategy from Andre? Set 2?
Well, I just don't think he's capable of having, he struck 10 winners in that first set. This guy struck 26. Andre can't do what Safin. He doesn't play that kind of a game. What Andre, I'm sure, will want to do is impose his game on this match.
Andre played a good first set.
He played a good first set.
No, he did. I'm saying,
he had 2 set points.
Does he try, though, to take some pace off to try to, slice the backhand?
It doesn't look like that's his game plan right now. Looks like he's going to try to continue to hit. I think I don't think it would be a bad idea to do that.
I mean, many guys have. They get out there, get a taste of Safin's power, and begin to try to, give him a little less pace and slice the ball. It's why guys like, Fabrice Santoro and different players give him trouble. I'm not saying that that's, Agassi's style, but do you question what you're doing?
I don't think Andre's questioning himself yet. He got outplayed on the big points in that first set. I mean, that first set was decided by 1 or 2 points.
But I do think that it wouldn't be a bad play for Agassi to take the air out of a couple of ground strokes, to loop a few balls, to try to get Safin on the run a bit more. Right now, he's trying to, it almost looks like to me he's trying to hit through Safin. And Safin is, as Mal said, is eating up his pace.
No, I agree. It's a different question if you're getting blasted off the court. I mean, then I think you need to reassess. But
that's what I mean. What none of us knows, including perhaps Safin himself, is how long he could keep up this quality tennis.
Well, both guys talked about training in the mountains in the offseason. For Andre, of course, it's the mountains around Las Vegas with Gil Reyes. Team Safin talked about training in the mountains as well, outside his home in Monte Carlo in the south of France.
Now, that's not a mountain that Andre uses. I've been to that place. It's a construction site. It's this long, slow upgrade, this killer incline.
Running in sand, or what is he?
It's packed. It's packed down pretty hard, but it's. Gil took me to it once a couple of years ago. I never want to see something like that again.
Did you run it or just look at it?
I walked it up part of it. Magic Mountain, my butt.
Your butt, you were feeling your butt when you were walking up it.
What was the temp? Nice and toasty at your triple digits there?
Mr. Andre spent his last couple Christmas days
Yeah.
on mountain.
New Year's morning, as the story goes, as well.
7:30, he was in the gym. Agassi trying to give Safin a couple of different looks. He was way back on this first serve, but when it's coming at you with that kind of pace, 131 miles per hour or 132.
Biggest of the match, I think.
The Porsche gun, yeah, it doesn't matter how far back you are. With that type of direction that Safin gets.
Attacking the second serve again and pushing Safin way off the baseline.
Those are the killers. He's had a couple of looks at second serves in this game, and those are the ones he can't afford to.
Yeah, that's why he said, "You're kidding me."
You're
right
kidding.
after he missed it. He can't. He knows that those are his opportunities. He's got to cash in.
If Agassi draws a bead on that Safin serve, if he starts figuring out a better way to return it, or if Safin's service percentage dips even a little bit, I think the whole tenor of the match could change.
Missed it. We talked about Agassi with the best eyes in the game. Best eyes ever as a receiver?
That I've seen. Obviously, I missed
Better than Connors?
I think very close, but I think Agassi was more punishing on the return, yeah.
And here's his break chance opportunity. So far, no one's broken serve. That's it.
Runs around and crushes the forehand. First service break of the match, and he goes to Agassi. But he's down a set to Safin. You're watching ESPN's exclusive coverage of the 2004 Australian Open, the first slam of the year. Can Andre Agassi press his advantage now in the second set? Safin took the first set in a tiebreak. Now let's go back down to you.
Chris, we've been talking a little bit about the return of Marat Safin, but let's take a look at the return of Andre Agassi. The black balls are the second serve returns, the yellow the first serve returns. Obviously, he's taking the first serves a little bit further back, but look how far into the court he is taking that second serve. He's trying to jump on that big kicking serve that Safin has. That's what allowed him to get that last break. We swing around to the other side, and this is where the majority of his returns are going. Those second serve returns, he's trying to get them into the backhand corner of Marat Safin. A lot of times in men's tennis, that one break per set is really all you need.
15.
Well, here's what Agassi did, and this is good coaching and good scouting. He's already looking. He knows it's going out to the backhand, so he steps around. Remember the other night when Safin played Roddick? Every single second serve went to the Roddick backhand. That's where Safin's tendency is. Agassi waited for that break point opportunity. He stepped around and took the forehand for a cold winner.
You take a shot that he's not going to come up to the tee with it, but
well, he
gambling
hasn't.
a bit.
Yeah, you're gambling a little bit, but you're playing the percentage. I mean, he hasn't put one there, and you could be sure Agassi studied that Safin Roddick match.
And now after the first break of the match, Agassi out to a 40-love lead and a scream from Safin.
And credit this guy for part of that Agassi strategy. Darren Cahill, his coach. And that's what a coach does at this level. The most important thing is the scouting and the tendencies on big points of your opponents.
Agassi holds it love. 3-1 second set.
Agassi leads. 3 games.
And we'll see how Safin responds. Pretty good response. Ace 14. Porsche gun clocks that at 125. Andreas Egle in the chair correcting it. It was called wide. And you can see a little grimace, but clearly looked good. Show you a shot spot, which we can swing around and give you the chair's view. Clearly justified overrule. So still 15 love. Safin doing a lot of running.
15.
Oh, yeah, Safin loves his backhand down the line, and it is a tremendous shot. But again, he's giving away a lot of court by going there. And Agassi was able to curl it into the cross court. Not only make Safin run for it, but Safin didn't win the rally. So it's a double negative on the server.
Tried to run around that, didn't quite get there.
Not easy.
As a chuckle. Oops. It's kind of hard to run around a serve that's on the center line.
Yeah, with kick on it.
I like where he was going with it.
Yeah, like the idea. He's got Safin talking to himself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Agassi's been moving around a lot on the return. And that's another example of the maturity now of Agassi. I mean, he used to just step right on the baseline and obviously intimidate a lot of players, but get aced a lot. And he used to just stand there, and he would never move. He would say, I'm Andre Agassi. I'm going to stand on the baseline, continue to ace me, while Pete Sampras many times said, thank you, I will continue to ace you. But now at least he's mixing it up. He's giving Safin different looks.
Oh, Philippoussis had 46 aces against him in that loss at Wimbledon. We'll be back.
ESPN's exclusive coverage of the Australian Open continues from Melbourne.
Andre Agassi still up a service break, but down a set here in this men's semifinal. The women's final will be all Belgian again for the third time in the last 4 majors. You can see it live Friday, 9:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 on the West Coast. Justine and Arden and Kim Kleisters.
Kleisters is sort of doing the old I'm injured bit, and Van and Arden did that at the U.S. Open. That's why I like Kleisters.
Is it a bit?
I don't think so. I can only react, Chris, to what I see on the court. And obviously she's had the tape job. It's been a big part of the discussion, but there's no problem with what I've seen with her movement, her mobility on the court. None.
So you think she might just be taking a little pressure off herself?
Yeah.
Which is what basically she's claimed Justine and Arden does all the time.
The built-in pre-excuse?
Not so much that, just the...
Well, what does he mean by taking pressure on herself?
Yeah, basically by saying, you know, I'm hurt.
It's called gamesmanship.
Agassi landing that one on the baseline. 30 love.
It'll be interesting in that final. I mean, who knows if Kleisters is doing the old Belgian bologna and cheese routine. But the fact is that N. Arden is in the final, serving under 50% for the fortnight and having more unforced errors than winners.
She hasn't looked anywhere near as good as she looked at the U.S. Open last year, but she hasn't been tested in the same way she was at the U.S. Open when she had that classic with Capriati in the semis.
Carrying around the #1 ranking.
Yeah.
She's talked about it, wearing a target and feeling the pressure and all that stuff. Hasn't been her best stuff here.
No, it hasn't. And she says as much.
A point for 4-2. And Andre's third ace. Safin has not been able to pressure Agassi's serve since giving up that break early in this set. Spot in the Australian Open final at stake. Unseeded Marat Safin winning a very high quality first set tiebreak. Agassi getting the break early in set 2. Chris Fowler, Patrick McEnroe, Mary Carrillo, Mal Washington courtside. Thanks for joining us. It's been fun so far. Figures to get even better.
14.
You see anything in the body language of Safin? It's changed since being broken?
Not
The
really.
second set
No.
wears on? No. You can definitely overread that with him because early in the Roddick match, he's sitting there slumped in his chair, head down between his knees, looking like he's done after losing 7 of the first 9 games. Comes back to play superb tennis. Agassi's got it. For a lot of power tennis, that was kind of cute. I mean, just to get that, Safin to run that back and flick that backhanded and get it over the net. I mean, Safin would have been a great athlete in whatever sport he took up, whether it's basketball, American football, volleyball. Big, strong, fast. That pretty much covers it.
He's a natural. There's no question. And that helps even when you're a little fatigued, as he was after that last point. Be able to reach back. As we showed you in that graphic, not nearly as many winners for Safin in this second set. Not even close.
Agassi dictating, and now he has a break point to go up 2 breaks in this second set.
See, Agassi's used the angles better in this set. He hasn't tried to out-hit Safin, but he's outmaneuvered him.
Has it been Andre's movement that's cut down on Safin's winners?
It's been Andre's placement of his shots. Not going toe-to-toe straight down the middle as much as he did in the first set.
Forehand by Safin, just catching the baseline.
Safin loses a little bit of his foot speed too. He's not able to open up and go for his winning shots. I think he has gone down, Safin. I don't think his serves are coming in as big. Agassi's getting more looks. He's getting the earlier jump on these rallies. He's turning it into his match, Agassi. That's gorgeous. Boy, he can smother the net. Safin wants to try to close this out in straight sets. He doesn't want to lose this down to double break. Very smart tennis. Shortened up that point by getting himself to net. He needed that.
Safin out of trouble in that service game, but Agassi will serve 4-3, still up a break. Andre Agassi to serve at 4-3. We talked about time on court was a major story coming into this match, more than double the time on court for Safin, and it continues to be a story. Talking, you can almost sense the desperation of Safin to get this thing over with in straight sets. You'll have to get a break back here to do that.
There's got to be a part of Marat Safin that's thinking to himself, I'm a set and a half away from the final, from not having to play again until Sunday.
Right.
Full 2 days off. Yeah. Thursday night now.
Only slam that has that, right? 2 days between the semi and the final.
Of course, Andre's trying not to think that way at all.
That's just for this side of the draw. This Ferrero-Federer winner wants to come back without 2 days rest.
I've been so impressed by the Agassi serve. You know, he's continued to go for first serves and has paid off. He's won 13 out of 14 first serve points in this second set.
He most has to, because his second serve percentage is still really low.
Well, actually, that's why I thought he would take something off the first serve.
Right.
I mean, he's continuing to go for first serves and not spin them in because of exactly that point, Christy. This second serve, Safin's all over it.
30 all now.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the confidence in that first serve.
Jammed on the return and still got it in play.
And about 2 inches from the baseline.
Right.
That's the strength of Safin. Just brute strength. Agassi 2 of 8 on second serve points in this set.
That's wide. You see another point for 5-3. More Russian conversation from the far end now. Another terrific first serve from Agassi. A game away from leveling this semifinal.
Agassi leads 5 games.
Talked about a very short list of Agassi defeats here. The most recent being Vince Spadia. So he's unbeaten in the millennium.
Well, Agassi didn't even play
Right.
this tournament until '95, and the first time he played it, he won it.
He didn't show up at this tournament and begin winning them until Steffi had completed all 4 of her wins here. It's not that they were involved at that time.
Well, Brad Gilbert, Andre's old coach, was the guy who got him to come down here. Finally said, you got to come down. It's perfect surface for you. Brad had been playing here for a number of years. Oh,
Wow.
In fact, Patrick, somebody, when Andre won it for the first time, his first time out, someone asked Brad how he coached him, and Brad said, I got him down here.
right. Look at the timing on that return off a 124-mile-an-hour first serve.
The return was 80 miles per hour, I'm told.
It's not just this, the speed is impressive from Agassi on the return, but it's his ability to take it so early, he can take it earlier than anyone else, so it comes at you that much quicker.
I love the close-up of his eyes when he's about to receive serve. Safin able to turn that point around quickly.
He forgot to score.
Oops. I guess serve it in that box.
I'll hit an ace over here.
Okay. Andre Agassi, when you come back, will try to serve for the second set and level this semifinal at a set apiece.
ESPN's exclusive coverage of the Australian Open continues from Melbourne.
The Agassi serve has not been broken tonight, and now he'll try to serve to level this match.
He's won 15-16 first serve point. Second serve only 3 of 9. Missed it.
Delivered the nice wide second serve there.
Moving it around the box very nicely.
This is a new one. This is a new graphics we're getting here. We had these last night as well. They just keep coming.
Take it up a notch, Mary, for the semis.
That's why they call us the Stats Up the Wazoo Network.
There's another unreturned serve for that box. Agassi 2 points from the set.
Oh, come on. Pretty casual.
Wasn't it? Agassi feeling it, but
he's got to be
not finding the line there.
He's got to be careful, I think, giving Safin that much pace off the ground. I guess at 30 love, he figured he could
do a Federer.
Yeah, take a couple big cuts.
Look at Safin fight. Way behind the baseline, that point. Huge point. Sensational. Because Agassi got the big first serve in.
Came right back on the baseline, and then Safin just steps in.
Great point.
Oh, that's just a heck of a game from the Russian.
Had not broken Agassi all night, but found the shots and the fighting spirit in that one. 5-all.
Remember that 30 love point. Agassi.
Forehand error.
He just sort of went back to what he was doing. I thought in the first it would try to go toe to toe. Safin came up with just some remarkable stuff in that game.
Agassi goes right back to work, pressuring the Safin second serves. Another tough return of the Safin first serve. Frustration. Andre's had a couple of errors on the return here. Even in a game when he's struggling on the first serve, Andre not able to.
Well, spare a thought for Steffi Graf watching along. Andre had 2 set points in the first set, and he was 2 points from the second set just a few minutes ago. I mean, these are just opportunities he's missed.
That called.
And I think part of the reason he's missing them, Mary, is because he knows in the back of his mind that he's not going to get that many.
Just tremendous angle created with the backhand, and Safin holds for 6-5. Agassi now must serve to force a tiebreak. No, both these guys enjoying strong crowd support. You just expect Agassi to always be the crowd favorite here. He's kind of an adopted Aussie. But Safin, I think, has his supporters as well. I think there were a lot of folks pulling for Safin against Roddick. They enjoy his personality and his tennis. I think these folks would like to enjoy a lot more of this tennis tonight.
I mean, the game has missed him. They've missed this. Marat Safin was supposed to step up and become the next great tennis player. And, you know, Marat himself says that his biggest problem is his head case, is that he's a head case. Well, he's not acting like a head case these days, so he really doesn't have any problems.
Well, if there's any doubt, this guy is a legit contender for #1 again. He's put that away at this tournament. #1 for a brief time in 2000, was beaten by Agassi, a chance to finish year-end #1. Lost a match, and Kierton took that over.
You know, I had a couple of big questions coming into 2004. I didn't think they'd be answered so quickly. One was Federer, when he's not playing well in a major, will he get his game on track? He did that against Hewitt. Even did that somewhat against Nalbandian.
Sure.
And Safin, can he be another guy in the contender category for #1? And he's answered that.
He's now 2 points from a 2-set lead.
Yeah, he's got Agassi rattled now.
And Safin is feeling it. We talked about that closer's instinct to get this thing done as quickly as possible. Two set points. The winner spanked to erase one of the set points.
30-40.
Got to be tougher to watch than it was to play. Agassi a point now from the tiebreak. If he was rattled, he recovered, Patrick.
I'll tell you, he was on the ropes and he just came out firing. Unbelievable forehand pass, I mean forehand winner, and then some big serves from Agassi.